Gonna do some sim racing indoors. So yeah, we're gonna use a CSL lead here, and we're gonna see how much fun we can have indoors, not in the garage. Turn you around here. My PC here, I'll let you see her start up. I can't turn this RGB off, I would if I could. So, that's what I'm working with. That's what I'm working with. These are actually from my old PCs. I just kind of like took them out of there and plopped them in. Same with that one down there. Just for a little bit of extra cooling. I mean, there's no point in not using them, just letting them sit around. Like I got extra slots in the board, so why not use them with some kind of fan I have? This should work. This is actually what I started out on when I got the T150. So this wheelbase is obviously able to produce more torque than the T150, but I'll be able to hold it down with my feet here, and we're gonna get some wobblage. Yeah, this is not a solution. This is more like temporary, like you just got the wheelbase and you're like, I want to use it now. I don't know how I'm gonna approach the throttle and brake. I'm probably gonna use the paddle shifters, like gas and brake. Now these are buttons, they're not analog, so it's gonna be kind of interesting. I'm gonna be at full throttle and full brake when I push these buttons here. We're gonna have to turn down the force feedback because I have it set for max right now. And we're gonna turn the sensitivity down too to 540 degrees rather than 900, what I usually use, because I want the wheel to be at full lock sooner so I don't have to take my hands off the brake and the gas. So I might have actually even set it to like 270 or something like that, or 360. Okay, let me adjust my racing seat. There we go. Get it to go. I have the button set it for, there's 2 button functions on this right now. That's why you see the car like that. So I gotta do smaller inputs, try to be smoother. You're never in the right gear off with an automatic transmission. I guess it's close enough. Yeah, this is still way better than the controller. I tried playing last night with the controller and it was, I felt handicapped. Not like, in a bad way, just handicapped as in like I couldn't perform like I usually do. But yeah, this is definitely an improvement. Even if you don't have like a solid setup, this is you can do better with this than you can with the controller, guaranteed. So if you got the funds, and you're just looking to kind of get started in the sim racing world, I would recommend, like just getting a hold of a wheelbase and just going for it. And you can get pedals and stuff later. If you're on console, you can get, there's a pretty decent selection of pedals to try. I had to do a return right there. Because right now, that's my biggest handicap. Even this little wobbly table is not affecting me as much as me not being able to take my hand off the steering wheel. Because I'm having to use the gas right now, but on the clicky buttons here. But yeah, like if you're on PC, you have no limitations as to what you choose. It'll all work because they all work independently of each other. They all have their own drivers, all their own software. But this is still a good experience. Obviously I would much prefer doing it, on the big rig, but this is still fun. And I still have enough control to where, I can kind of push it more than I would with the controller. There's only so much your thumbs can do. Like that small motion of your thumbs, like you have to be really precise to get the car to do what you want it to do. With, just using your arms is a huge advantage because the larger movements, more fine details you can put into the game to get the car to do what you want it to do, I'm hoping the footage looks good. I've never actually tried recording in 120 frames per second. But I figure since my graphics card is doing better and I've got better settings, maybe this will look good. Let's try e-brake. Oh. That worked. There we go. Luckily I know this course, otherwise oh no! Right when I said that. Yes, it is a puncture. Jesus. Well, let's see what my time is. It'll be a baseline. 3:41. So 3:05 is my best, and that was with my rig. And I got a 10-second penalty almost. So basically 3:30. So if I can beat 3:30 in this next run, we'll be in pretty good shape. Obviously, I'm not going to get anywhere near close to my regular time, but I'm going to venture to say that I'm going to venture to say that I'm going to set a better time with this than I would with the controller or keyboard. Here we go. Rev it up. Now that I'm kind of getting the hang of how much input I have to give it, we'll see if I can improve the time a bit and not crash at the very end. Yep. This would be a lot of fun, like, you know, if you had a little party going and, you know, everyone could just kind of hop in this and they don't have to, like, you know, set the rig up for like 15 minutes just to get it to work. You know, you can just hop on, switch off every race or so. This is a, you know, a nice addition to the living room. Obviously, I would much prefer like a better mounting solution than this. This really isn't a solution. It's more of a band-aid. We'll try a bit faster car after this to see if I can keep it under control with this setup. If you had like a physical handicap, you know, and you didn't have use of your feet or something like that, this could be a really good option for you to still you know, get a lot of enjoyment out of racing games, other than a gamepad or a keyboard or something. And they also make like analog input. Fanatic themselves actually make an analog input for your hands, so you can actually have really fine control over the gas and the brake. And of course, you can have like a shifter. Yeah, there's other ways you can do gas and brake. You can map buttons to do whatever you want, like especially on PC, you have like a lot of freedom. See, I already feel like I'm doing a lot better. Just with like a little bit of a muscle calibration there. Shit. And that's it. Now I could actually turn the force feedback up a little bit, but I seem to be doing all right like this. See, I'm going to say I probably shaved at least 10 seconds off my time just by kind of getting used to this little setup here. Yeah, 319. So I just shaved off, yeah, over 10 seconds from my last run. Okay, let's bump it up. Let's get some Group B going on here. I'll pick a different course to make it visually interesting, but one I know. we'll do this one. Yambula. And we will do the Lancia. Delta. My favorite Group B car. It has a little bit of pavement in there. Not a whole lot, but enough to kind of consider it a mixed surface stage. 4, 3, 2, I gotta be real cautious because this is a lot more power and it's a lot easier to go out of control with this car than it is the last car we just drove. Oh! You can still whip it around pretty good. I'm gonna try not to hit these jumps too hard. Ooh, man, that would have been radiator gone right there in real life. Ooh. That handled up pretty good. I will say this TV's response time is nowhere near as good as the VR headset, even though it's set for 120 frames per second. Hopefully the recording software is not struggling. Yeah, typical automatic transmission. I'm sure there's some good automatic transmissions out there nowadays, but this wouldn't be one of them if this was in real life right now. Ooh. Now this is the part where my game usually slows down if I have some graphical issues, and look at that, smooth as butter. Of course OBS is going to be different, it's going to be like fucking 2 frames per second, I bet you. Shit. Yeah, this is not a bad experience. Like, you can still have a lot of fun with this, and you can probably set some records with this setup. Maybe not this table, but just like, and I always talk too soon. I say things too soon, but I mean, it helps that I have some experience with this course and this car. This would probably be unmanageable otherwise, but I mean, you can see that I'm able to control it pretty decently with just 2 buttons and a steering wheel here. I definitely feel less in control of the situation than I would normally. Not having motion is a big deal too, because I mean, you can't feel when you're pushing the car as much, or when you're like losing traction, or when a part's just too bumpy and your tires are like physically off the ground. You just kind of you can kind of see it, and you can feel a little bit in the wheel, but not enough to where you can respond to it, 100% accurately. Maybe not 100%, but accurately. Now, I'm pretty sure I've done this stage with Group B cars, so we'll see. We'll get a baseline here and see if I can improve on the score, with 2 runs here. I think we're pretty close to the end here, if I remember correctly. Ooh! Yeah, so you can still catch slides. Ooh, I'm like completely destroying my muscle memory right now, like having my wheel degree set at 360 rather than 900, and having my paddle shifting hands, shit. 407. Okay, I think I usually get well into the 3s on this. Okay, I haven't done this stage with this car. Okay, well, Well, at the very least, we'll see if I can improve on that time. Right now, here we go. Now that I've kind of calibrated my mind and my body, let's get this a little bit more secure. See, I'm kind of like pushing out with my thighs. You know, it's kind of like a thigh exercise. Here we go. Try to go a little bit hard in the paint here. If we go terminal damage, that's fine. I just want to kind of see if I'm able to push a little bit harder. See that humans are pretty adaptable creatures. You know, we can get used to anything. And this being one of them, you know, like this is not optimal, but I mean honestly, this is way better than a controller. Like I'd be so stoked on this. Like if I was some kid or something like that, and I got this for Christmas or my birthday or something, I'd be like, damn, this is awesome, you know. So if you're a parent looking for like a gift or whatever, this would be an insane gift for anybody really, especially any kind of a car enthusiast. If they have any kind of want or need to gain, you know. Yeah, I mean, I could get into this. I mean, I could do a session like this, you know. I'd be comfortable enough playing online like this and still being confident to do, you know, to be competitive. And if this is what you're used to, you know, you put in like 100 hours in this game or something like that, like this, fuck. Then I can see someone getting pretty good with this very rudimentary setup. Okay, I'm not doing too good right here, but I think overall my pace is still better than last time. Oh no! I felt that coming. Let's see if I can get out of it. All-wheel drive, baby. On the scene, 2 right tangles. We might have to do another one after this because I'm messing up pretty bad. I got out of my old groove I had. But I mean, this is all just like for fun anyway, and just kind of like another example to show you that what you can accomplish with a pretty simple setup, you know. Like, I mean, I would say I have roughly 10 times the amount of control that I would have if I were doing this with a controller right now. I mean, because I can feel the road, I can feel my car. They're larger inputs, so I have more precise inputs, and it makes it just a lot more fun in general. So it kind of doesn't force you to want to play more, but it certainly enhances your experience to the point where you want to come back to it, you know, rather than just kind of making do with the controller. Like I want to push with this. I want to see how far I can go, you know. Oh, getting a little bit risky. Whoa, shit! Fuck you, tree. We're gonna keep on going as long as this thing rolls. I mean, I hope you can see that I'm getting a little more comfortable with the setup here and kind of getting a feel for how soon I need to turn, you know, to get the car angled appropriately. The automatic transmission is a pretty big damper in my performance right now. 422, that's considerably worse than last time, I think. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna give you my my final thoughts here on if this is a good solution, not solution, I keep on saying solution, a good addition to your gaming rig. Is it worth it to get just a wheelbase, basically? That's what I'm trying to prove in this video. Can you get by? A damn sign right there. Yeah, this is still a lot of fun. I don't want to hit this jump too right there. There you go. That was better. See, that's what I wanted to do last time. Instead of blowing up my radiator. That's not what I wanted. Okay. That was a little bit cleaner through there. That wasn't. Lost a little bit right there, but we're good. Yeah, you're able to feel your weight transfer a lot better with a steering wheel than you can with a controller, like a stick. Now that might change with the PS5. You'll be able to feel some through the adaptive triggers and stuff like that, like how much traction you have and stuff. And you can probably feel what the car's doing more so than with a standard controller. And once they get those controllers working on PC, like with the adaptive triggers, that might be a pretty awesome addition for gaming in general. But there's no comparison to having like a wheel. They make some like little attachments for controllers to kind of like replicate a steering wheel and stuff. But having a full-size circly thing in your hand is where it's at. Okay, if I can keep this pace right here with minimal mistakes, I'll have smashed my last time here. I can barely hear the co-driver. I mean, I kind of know this stage pretty well. While I was tuning my system to, when I was overclocking and stuff like that, I used this course a lot because before my PC used to have a lot of, there was like 3 or 4 areas where it would struggle and it would drop frames like crazy, like consistently. So I used this course to kind of benchmark my system. Man, I really hope the footage is good because I'm putting a lot into this right now. Oh no. Whew. Oh. We're good. Damn automatic transmission. Where's the damn end of this? Oh. Ooh. My back tire's almost slid off there. This is a lot of fun. I'm gonna get a steering wheel for out here, so I can play with my PS4 friends. There's a couple friends I kind of abandoned. I apologize if you're watching this video to play on PC, but the experience is just so much better on PC for racing games. There's no comparison right now. 404. Okay, so I did 3 seconds better. Yeah, that's 3 seconds better than my first run. So yeah, there you go. The setup, the rig. That probably shows you this is a good enough setup to dip your toes in the pool of sim racing. And this is a great first step. You don't have to, go so expensive with the wheel or the wheelbase. You can get like pretty much anything. I would actually recommend heavily the T150 by Thrustmaster. That was my first wheelbase since I was a kid. I used to have a Logitech something and when I was a kid, and the force feedback just wasn't there. It just didn't feel right back then. But nowadays, pretty much any modern day wheelbase will let you feel what the car is doing enough to where you can improve your times a lot. I remember when I first switched over from a controller to a wheelbase, right after I got my shoulder surgery, I was able to beat my times I set with the controller within 3 laps. I was able to beat it, I think, significantly. I have a video. I'll link you to it in the description to show you like the improvements that you can have like instantly. You know, not like over time, like 20 hours in, 30 hours in, 100 hours in. I'm talking like as soon as you get it and plug it in, start the game up, you'll see improvements in your times. So if you're a competitive gamer and you want to just start like, you know, laying down some awesome lap times, get a wheelbase. Even if you don't have enough money to get the whole setup with the pedals and a rig and stuff like that, just get a wheelbase and a wheel and get going, get started. Have a good day. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.